Okay, I think I have my comments up. Hi Carol, hi Pam, good to see you tonight. Just give me a couple of seconds here and we will get started. Okay, hey, it's Shel Anderson from Shel Anderson Designs and Shel's Creative Corner. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. I blog at shelscreativecorner.blogspot.com. Thank you for joining me tonight. We are having our second Facebook Live crafting session for this week. I have all kinds of goodies to talk to you guys about tonight, and I'm hoping to be able to squeeze 3 cards into tonight's video. And the good news is they're all guide cards and they're all stamp sets that we have not used before. Okay, so I have to share with you just one little thing. Oh, I guess it's 2 little things. Look what I got delivered to my doorstep at 5 o'clock. Yes, that is the Celebration and the mini catalog. All I'm allowed to show you is the covers. I can't show you inside yet. I was able to order a product purchase premiere because I attended convention online this year. So I got my box of goodies today, and those 2 catalogs were in my goodie box. Yes, Pam, it is very exciting. I am just over the moon. I've got a box of goodies sitting out there and I can't play with them because I'm here with you guys tonight doing this video. So tomorrow it's game on. Okay, so I wanted to do one more thing before we get started. I wanted to tell you guys about a new class for November. It is my final Christmas class, and it is using the Cherish the Season bundle found on page 33 of the mini catalog. This is a fabulous bundle, and this catalog layout does absolutely no justice to this set. I have my class all designed. It's all ready to go. Basically, this class will include the stamp set and the dies, and I will open this up and show it to you. There is the stamp set, and here are the beautiful dies, and they are fabulous. So this class to-go card class will include the stamp set, the dies, the 3 private YouTube video tutorials, the printed tutorials, and the 3 kits with all the supplies to make the 3 projects. This class is $68.50 and includes your tax and shipping. And like I said, that is my final Christmas class for this year. I'm not designing any more classes. Now on the class schedule for November, there are tons of classes, to-go classes for you to choose from. But that is the final Christmas one that I'm doing. And that's the Cherish the Season to-go card class. If you want to get in on that, I do have an order going in tonight after the video. Let me know, or you can let me know later in the month. Totally up to you. Okay, now on to today's class. We're going to make 3 cards, and I chose 2 stamp sets that I haven't put ink on yet, until today that is, because I hadn't used them before. I bought them because I wanted them. I thought this one, Game On, would be a perfect guy set, but I hadn't used it yet. And then this Way to Goat, I just loved it because it was so cute with the little goats. So we're going to make one card, with the Way to Goat and the Best Plaid Builder dies. And we're going to try to get in 2 cards with the Game On and the stitched rectangles and the layering square dies. All right. I am just going to move a few things around here and get my card kits within reach, and we will get started. All right, seeing as we only have one with this set, we're going to start with this. This is found on page 105 of the annual catalog. I wanted to kind of get away from Christmas and just do something a little different tonight. So we're going to play with this one and the Best Plaid Builder dies. So I have done a bit of pre-cutting and preparing so that these cards will go a little quicker than if we had to do it all live. If you want to know the supplies I'm using, now's your time to grab your pen and paper. I'm going to give you your sizes. Okay, I am using Smoky Slate 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. I'm using a 4 by 5.5 inch card liner. I had a 4 1/4 by 5 inch piece of basic black, which I have pre-die cut using one of this one of the Plaid Builder dies, and then I used the same size piece of real red and I cut this one out. Okay, and then I just used the paper trimmer and some scissors and I cut a banner. And that's all the prep I've done. We're kind of flying by the seat of our pants here again. I don't know exactly how this is going to turn out, but that's pretty much the norm for my Facebook Lives. I just kind of like to have the non-committal way to go. All right, so I'm just going to put some Tombow on the solid squares, and I am going to put this on the card front. And I know it's not going to fit perfectly. We're going to trim it after. I'm just going to line it up to my fold side, and whatever's hanging off the other end we will take care of after. See, it's a little uneven up here at the top. We'll take care of that. But I do like the Tombow because it gives me that minute of wiggle room. Okay, now that would be fabulous all on its own, just like that. But look what's going to happen when we add this. Pretty fantastic, eh? Oh, I heard the East Coast come out. Did you hear that, Carol? Eh? Every once in a while, when I hear accent or a phrase that's typically East Coast, I kind of notice it now. And I'm just running little strips of Tombow. And like I said, I'm not being too fussy. Whatever hangs off the end, we're going to cut off anyway. And I am just going to try to center these in the middle of the squares. And then just press it into place. Okay. So I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. That's my girl. First off, I am going to simply trim these bottom ones with my snips. And I'm just going to take a little tiny sliver off the top of my card. Just straighten it out. There we go. Move my garbage can, and now I'm all out of sorts. And I think we need to take a little sliver this way too. You know what? I know I'm going to have to do both sides, but that's okay. I'm not going anywhere. I have all kinds of time. Locked down until Saturday night at midnight. Even though I feel 100%. All right. There we go. So here is our fabulous card face. Now we have to decide what we're going to put on here. I think I like this guy. Little poofy guy. I think I'm going to choose him. And happy birthday, you old goat. Funny. And there's a little, this little image here is a ground image that you can put underneath them, just like a little shadow, so it doesn't look like they're just floating in space. And I am going to bring in Attack of the Stamparatus. I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus so that I'm not crying, because I got this tag very, very good and I don't want to mess it up. So this little guy is going to go somewhere right there. And I think I'm going to change my greeting. Maybe not, but we'll wait. And put this down here, then I'll be able to put this up here. I turn it over, right? There we go. And I am going to stamp this in my favorite black ink, Memento, because that's going to allow me to use my Stampin' blends to color this little guy in. I don't know, this little guy just makes me smile. All right, now my cloth, and we'll get this cleaned off. And we will put our stamps away. Is that for Mike? What are you getting at, Carol? You make me laugh. Okay, now I am going to bring in a clear block and some gray granite ink. And I am going to put some ground under this little guy. Excuse my head. There. I just kind of double stamped it a little bit because I was a little far from his feet. And have I ever showed you guys this? This is the little thing that I keep my cloth in, or my chamois, either one. It's just a little bowl. There's nothing in it. and it's got rubber feet on the bottom. It's actually a salt mill. And when your cloth is wet, if you put it in here and you just flip this little thing, it keeps it keeps your cloth wet. It doesn't dry out on you. All right, so now we got to color this little guy. We are going to use light smoky slate and ivory, and we'll get started with those two. And I'm just going to bring in a piece of card so it doesn't go through onto my table. I'm going to do his horns here in ivory. And I'm going to do this little guy in, this is light smoky slate and it's pretty dark. I was going to do some blending, but I think the other one would be far too dark. We'll see what happens. Shouldn't take me long to fill this little guy in. I think I should do his eyelids in a different color. What do you think? Any suggestions as to what color I should do his eyelids? Maybe a gray granite. Just to give it a little bit of definition. I'm just doing little strokes so it kind of gives his coat some texture. One woolly goat. Funny. All right. No suggestions. Well, let me see. I'm going to try a light gray granite. See what happens. Oh yes, I like that. I think I might go over his horns with that. And that gives us 4 different colors on this card. And now I think I'm just going to take the dark granny apple and just put a little bit of green. It's going to be hard to see it, but I'll bring that up so you can see it. There's just a little hint of green there. Okay, now time for some dimensionals. And since this is a guy card, we don't have to be blinging it up or anything fancy dancy like that. Get rid of those paper backings. Get rid of this old inky thing. Make sure I got it going the right way. I'm going to turn this upside down. And there you have it. Happy birthday, you old goat. And there is other greetings in here that you could put on the inside as well. You're the goat, greatest of all time. Kind of takes the sting out of an old goat, right? But I think that's a fabulous guy card. Okay, that's card number 1, ladies. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, it is. It's a great stamp set. This is my first time using it. I love it. Okay, I'm going to clean up my mess a little bit here so I have room to stamp. Oh, also, I wanted to tell you that when I did my die cutting, check this out. There were all of these red squares from the thin piece and then all these little squares. So I kept them. When I do my blog post for that card, I will post a bonus card that I'm not going to make tonight. I'm going to make it off camera. So when I do my blog post, when you look at that post, you will see what I come up with those little squares. I couldn't throw those out. Okay, now we are going to play with this set. And I bought this set, Game On. It's on page 28 of the catalog. I bought this because it is very much guy oriented. Not to say that you couldn't use it for a girl or for a family, but I bought it specifically for guy cards. And the two cards that I'm making with this one tonight, I'm using the layering squares and the stitched rectangles just because they make my life easier. Okay, before we get started on this, I am going to give you guys a tip. As you can tell, I have all of these stamps mounted, and I must say they are mounted perfectly. There's no plastic hanging over the edge. They are bang on there. And I'm going to show you how I did it. I used to take these apart here at the perforation and then try to stick this onto the square. Watch this. You're going to be amazed. If you peel the whole thing off and stick it on a clear block, okay, just like that. Then grab your take your pick tool. So you have got the side that is going to be sticking on a block anyway. Now this is your super sticky side that has to be adhered to the stamp. This is not hard to do. It is super easy. And basically what you're going to do is you're going to turn your stamp upside down, and you're going to look down through the top of the stamp, and you will be able to my block is filthy, but you will be able to perfectly align your stickers on your stamp. Now pardon me, I have to stick my head in the camera. And it's just that easy. Perfectly lined up. That's the tip of the day, ladies. Not my tip. It's been on the internet for a while now, but I've been meaning to share it with you. And tonight was a night because I was putting the stamp set together this afternoon, and I went, oh wait, that's a perfect opportunity for me to do that. Okay, we are going to do a fun fold. And I have a bunch of pieces in here. Okay, so you are going to need a piece of cardstock. Basic black, 8.5 by 5.5, scored from each end at 2 1/4 inches. Then you're going to need 2 pieces of Whisper White, 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to need, I used the layering squares, and I caught 1 in Poppy Parade and 1 in Basic Black. And this one here is the largest one. Then on a piece of scrap paper, I stamped my cards. And then I also cut out 2 little strips out of scrap for my greeting. and I don't remember the dimensions. It is the white is 2 3/4 by 1/2, and the red is, or the poppy is 3 by 3/4. And if you'll notice, when I stamped my, I don't know whether you can see this very well, but when I stamped my greeting, this image actually has white spots in it. So I just took the Poppy Parade marker and I filled them in just to give it a little more zazazoo. And I also have a strip here that is 11 inches by 1.5. Yes, 11 by 1.5. So it's not too often that we do a fun fold for a guy card, but we're going to today. For my inside, I'm just going to adhere my layer so that we'll have a nice place to write our greeting. And I'm going to grab my bone folder and burnish that fold down. Now, I've done this previously just for the sake of time. I took all of these stamps, well, except for the words, all of the image stamps, and I stamped them. Now, you'll see some of them I only inked 2 or 1, and I just filled this in and made my own DSP. This piece is 4 by 5 1/4. Okay, so now these two front panels are 2 1/8 inches. We are going to use this to cover these panels. So what I'm going to do is I am going to cut this in half to start with, and this is 4, so I am going to cut this at 2. And I'll tell you why I'm doing this. When I put these pieces onto my panels here, I want them to match up, the images to match up. So I'm going to trim just a smidge off each side, because those panels are 2 1/8. Hang on. Yeah, no, I need a smidge off here, just a smidge. So I have the same border all the way around. Just making sure that I'm taking it off the outside edge, because I want my images to line up. And that should do that. All right, here we are. Now that there we go. Those should perfectly go on there, and they will. And I'm going to use my Tombow. On here. Gives me a little bit of wiggle room in case I need to move it. Trying to watch comments here at the same time. I've changed my setup here so that my monitor is in front of me instead of to the side. See how nice that is when the images line up? All right, how cool is that? And then for the belly band, I am going to just lay it across the front, flip it over, and loosely make a mark there. Okay. So there is that side. Now, because you want to be able to slide your belly band, you don't want it super, super tight. So I'm just going to move it just a smidge towards me. Did you see that? It was uptight like this. I'm just going to move it a smidge. And then I'm going to line it up and score it. And it's going to slide. See that? Okay, that means now I can glue this together. And I am going to use tear and tape because it will be faster. The Tombow will have just a little dry time. So I'm just going to pop this tear and tape on. And you want to make sure when you're making these cards that the join is in the back or underneath. If you're going to put it in the front, make sure that your embellishment that you put on the front of the card will completely cover it, because you don't want to be able to see the join. I like hiding mine in the back. And we will just pop that in place like that. All right, now the layering square onto the scalloped layered square. That pop. And I'm thinking diagonal. What do you think? Give me your opinion, ladies. Diagonal or square? Diagonal, square. I know there's a little delay, so I'm going to put this tag together while I wait for your opinions. Diagonal says Carol. Okay. And Pam says square. Okay, we have a tie. Somebody else has to voice in here. That's what it would look like square. That's what it's going to look like diagonally. I think I like diagonal. So let's get this built up and we will put it together. And I just cut those cards out with my paper snips. It was super, super easy to do. All right. Now, dimensionals to put this on, and we are done this card. So we can have them going, 4 of them going right across the center of the card. We'll just get those paper backings off. And pop on there you have it. And this just pops off and slides on. There is our guy card. I am totally impressed with this stamp set. Totally impressed. The detail, I don't know whether you guys can see the detail that's built right into the stamp. Let me pull this off and let you have a close-up look. Pretty cool. Okay, that is card number 2. If I get it back on, get it back down here where I can see what I'm doing. There we go. Oh, speaking of seeing, I got my new glasses today. I had to go for an eye test about 10 days ago now, 12 days ago, and I needed new glasses. So they came in today, and I got I got a different kind of glasses. I got progressive glasses, and I got driving glasses. I got 2 separate pairs, so that's an adjustment to get used to. Yes, Pam, it is beautiful detail. Okay, we are going on to our 3rd guy card. And we're using the same stamp set, Game On. And we are going to be using I don't know, look, I've got a theme going on here tonight. Red, poppy, black, white, and gray. That's funny. I didn't even realize that until right at this moment. All right, so we have our card base. We have our card liner. And I used the fabulous stitched rectangles. They did all the work for this card, let me tell you. Real Red is the largest stitched... Ooh, let's try that one again. Real Red is the largest stitched rectangle. Whisper White is the next one down. And then I did 2 tags because I didn't know which greeting I was going to use. So I'm trying to be prepared. So this one we can put right down onto the card front. Like so. Beautiful. All right. Now, I have to make a decision. Do I want this card going horizontal or vertical? Let's do a horizontal one. Okay. So now we have to do some stamping of some kind on here, and I don't know what I've got nothing planned here, so we're just gonna fly by the seat of our pants. Let me put this down here and see what I'm gonna do. I'd like to use that image. Oh, I know what I'm going to do. I am going to do that image and that image on that piece of paper to start with. And as always, I am bringing in the Stamparatus. And it's got a little bit of goo on it. There we go. Get rid of that. And we will bring this in. And what color am I going to stamp in? I think I'm going to stamp both of these in black. If I can find it. Oh, it's over here. I just messed up on the stamp. The details in these stamps are fabulous. And you I like nice, dark, crisp images. All right. We'll get rid of these two and put them away. And I am going to bring out the cards. And I'm going to take this off and set it aside. And I need to get a piece of scrap because I am going to stamp those cards in, okay, that's real red. I am going to stamp the cards in red instead of black. Ooh, that looks nice. Check that out, ladies. Okay. We will put this stamp away. And we'll set this aside, and I am going to grab my paper snips and cut this out. And it is just going to take me a minute because it's super, super, super simple to cut out. All right, back in the scrap bin you go. Oh, I got a pop-up on my screen here. I can't see a thing. All right, back to my fussy cutting. I could have done this a different way. I could have masked it, I suppose, but I don't know. I don't mind fussy cutting. All right, I am going to glue this flat down on my card front. Just centering it on that red mat. Doesn't that pop? And I am going to take this guy, and I need to cut some bones here. All right, now I need take your pick tool. And I am going to pop this right there. I like that. All right, all we have to do is make a greeting. Okay. I think I'm going to use "Hope your day is all fun and games." finger's right on it. I'm looking for it and it's right in front of my face. All right. I am going to pull this out. And we're going to put this guy in. And I'm going to get my big head stuck in this camera again for a moment. And now, do I use black? Do I use red? I think black is going to be the answer. Ah, did you see that? Didn't even pick up the stamp. Getting ahead of myself. Let me just check my placement here. I think it looks straight. Fingers crossed, ladies. A little faded. We'll have to stamp it a couple times. One more and we should be good. Perfect. Alrighty. We will get rid of that. Pull our card back in here. Do I want it like that? Oh no, I think I want it up here. Oh, do I want it on an angle? I think I do. I think I do. Yep, I do. I need some more of these bones. And about there. Hope your day is all fun and games. All right. There we have it. Hope your day is all fun and games. And I hope I'm in camera when I'm holding this up here. I'll just hold it for a second because of the delay, and then I'll know if I'm in the camera. As I'm watching the video right now, I'm just watching myself put this tag on the front of the card. So I think there's about a 20 or 25 second delay on this. All right. Yes, I'm in the camera. Okay. There's card 1. Or sorry, card 3. There is card 2. And here is card 1. Like I said, watch for my blog post because I will do something with all of these little squares that were left over from this and make another card. And actually I'll put that tag in there with that. And then we'll have 4 cards from this set, or from these 2 sets. Thanks, Carol. I'm glad you liked them. Thanks for joining me. Like I said, if you'd like to buy any of these products, I have an order going in tonight after the video. Just contact me if you live in Canada. My email address, sorry, I'm distracted here. Email address, andersonshell@gmail.com. And I hope to see you all again soon. I will probably be doing another Facebook Live on Saturday. We did one Tuesday, we did one Thursday, we should do one Saturday. Probably Saturday afternoon. Okay? I will just watch my Facebook page. I will post what time it's going to be. I know there is a rerun of the Bomber final before the Grey Cup on Sunday on Facebook, and I want to watch that. So it's going to have to go around there. Okay, bye-bye. Thanks for joining me. Thanks, Pam. Thanks, everybody. See you again soon.